Angry guy here, and society is collapsing as men abandon women and jobs. Help get this channel to 100,000 subscribers by subscribing to the channel if you already haven't, like the video, and turn on notifications to never miss another video ever again. Now let's begin. So, society is collapsing as men abandon women and jobs. Let's just go ahead and jump right into the very first video.
1,100 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, us and our 2 kids. I make good money. He makes good money. We don't live above our means. I don't know what less than paycheck to paycheck is. What is that? Poverty. As a registered nurse. With a husband with a second income. Somebody has to do something to change this. I don't know what to do. I'm so stressed out. This isn't how it's supposed to be. Now what? Now what?
You know, you see these women crying on social media, and you realize that these are the consequences for feminism. And you think I'm joking? Oh well, let's listen to some more.
I'm honestly so upset. Living in America is freaking ridiculous right now. There are people choosing whether they want to have Christmas gifts or pay their rent, and that might not be different from any other year. 2 to 3 grand on average. You need to make 2 to 3 times that. 9,000 a month. How many people with regular bachelor degrees are even making that? No one. Not a lot of people. No one wants to live with roommates. That's not the answer. Everybody deserves a safe and clean space. There's no reason why so many people should be roommating, or you can't even buy yourself your own house. This is horrible.
So how much more is going to have to happen for all of us to decide collectively to just start striking? Like, what else is going to have to happen before we all get together and decide we not taking it no more? Because I'm waiting for everybody to decide to quit their jobs. They can't punish all of us. They're going to have to do something if we all just stop working, we all stop paying rent. They can't put everybody out. So when is enough enough? Tell me. Because I've been ready to quit. Okay? I'm ready whenever y'all are. The current state of the world, it can't be sustained like this for too much longer. It's not possible. The rioting, the striking, the hottest summer ever, the sea animals are revolting, the aliens, it's the series finale, guys. It's about to be done anyways. We might as well go out with a bang and quit paying all this rent.
Bro, she called it the series finale. The series finale, my gosh. Guys, I told y'all nothing lasts forever. So more than likely what's going to end up happening, to be honest with you, is as people see that the passport kings are leaving the Western society, going overseas, starting new lives of wealth and happiness and joy, they're going to start following. So as men are walking away from the West, and I actually made a video about this many years ago called Men Leaving the West. I talked about this. I said that as men leave the West, you know, there are going to be women who try to follow, but men are going to walk away from Western society. I called it years ago, and they're going to start looking for opportunities outside of Western society. The crazy thing is that when you move outside of Western society, you find that life is much more sustainable. And the thing is that many of these jobs can now be done remotely. Almost all jobs, not all jobs, and most jobs today can be done remotely outside of, let's say, medicine. And even a lot of medicine is becoming telemedicine. You know, food preparation, a lot of those jobs will be taken over by AI. I mean, guys, you know, Amazon has a store, and they've had this for years, where you can walk into the store and basically you purchase your groceries, you grab your groceries, there are a ton of cameras, they figure out when you pick up an item, when you put back an item, all of this. And all of this is achieved without ever having to interact with another human being. And this is where it's really heading. This is honest to goodness, really where things are heading. This is essentially a a dream for Walmart, being able to have employees walk in, you know, customers walk into a store, pick up any item in the store, put it in their shopping cart, everything that they pick up is tracked at any given moment, and they're basically billed before they step out of the store, and they never actually have to speak to a person. And that's the ultimate goal. That's where things are headed. It's that's where things will ultimately go, where people will no longer interact with one another. And to top that off, a big portion of this is coming down to shipping. For example, ordering being able to get your groceries, online. I mean, you can already order groceries from Amazon online and have it delivered the same day. But right now, what we're looking forward to is, making that process even more streamlined and making it a bit more affordable to order your groceries online. Because right now, food is expensive no matter where you're ordering it from. But we also have Instacart. I mean, guys, increasingly, more and more, you're going to see stores literally turning into like just basically distribution centers where no one actually goes in there to shop. There's no physical store anymore. It's literally a distribution center. You want groceries? Well, you're going to have to order them using Instacart or another or a similar method if you want to get your groceries. Like that's really where everything is going. That's where everything is really going at this point, where if you want to get your food, you won't be going to a restaurant anymore. You'll basically, everything will be automated, and people are going to walk away from Western society. They're going to go overseas, and the women are going to start following. You're going to see women following in droves, because this is what happens. Men lay down the foundation. The passport bros are basically, it's like Christopher Columbus. They're basically laying the foundation right now for everyone else to follow, because you're going to see people rushing out of the US to go to other countries. It's going to be women. Women are not going to stay in the US. They can't. I mean, many of them are going to scream and holler and cry, and then they're going to go through the different stages of grief. But ultimately, a new industry is going to form that's going to make it much more normal for people to travel to another country, settle in another country, and start working remotely in other countries. And companies are going to take this into consideration and try to leverage this and say, well, you're working in another country, so we don't need to pay you this amount or that. And it's going to be hard for them to pull that off, though, because with inflation rising, there's still going to be people who can't do this or won't do this and have to remain in the US. We're basically going to end up with two different classes in the U.S. And we're already there right now. We're there. There is no middle class left in the United States. There is no middle class. It's an absolute lie. Right now, what we're transitioning into and what the normalization is, because it was a trend and now it's becoming a normality, and trends become normalities and normalities become traditions. Don't forget I said that. What the normality is now becoming is where you have, the ridiculously rich and the desperately poor. And that's something that a friend told me was going to happen literally like 10 years or more ago, and that is now the case. And it's only going to get worse from here. And of course, these women are basically furious with the feminists, but guess what, ladies? Y'all played yourselves.
Some traveling, see some sights that we ain't never seen before. Honestly, I think it's time, guys. I think it's time.
He's fixing to go on strike starting September 1st.
Go back and watch that. But yeah, everything she said. September 1st, we are going on strike. I'm tired of this high-ass rent. These high-ass groceries. For one day, everybody stop spending money. Don't go to work. Go visit your...
This is a stud right here. This is a stud. And the nonsense that they're speaking is like, don't go to work. If men ever tried this, guys, it would literally be like a rehearsal before the apocalypse. If men decided that they were not going to go to work for one day, like, okay, yeah, all men are going on strike. Guys, it would cost the economy so much money if men decided they were going to go on strike for a single day. For a single day, guys. It would be absolutely dreadful. We saw what happened during the events of 2020, and we know exactly what would happen. It would be massive. Men are tired at this point, and more men are just going to walk away from Western society. Women don't seem to comprehend that a society is only as strong as its men, and a society without its men is not a society. It is a wasteland. It is a wasteland that is prime for the pickings. And if people think that it's not going to happen, they really need to think again. They really need to think again. The world is not all peachy, hunky-dory as they like to believe that it is.
I do not care where you shop. A loaf of bread, a store brand can of mixed vegetables, a small thingy of fruit, and a half gallon of milk should not cost almost $20 freaking dollars.
Now, notice that all of these women who are now approaching middle age are screaming and hollering and crying that they can't afford anything, but these were strong, independent women that didn't need no man. And now look at them. Look at the situation they're in. Look at the hardships that they're facing, and no one's crying for them.
$98 fucking dollars to fill up the tank today. $98 fucking dollars. $98 fucking dollars. I have to decide between buying gas or buying food. And guess who wins? Because I have to get to the job that I need to fucking buy anything at all.
Ha ha ha. Yes, sweetie, I understand the situation, but patriarchy, man, patriarchy. And you know what's amazing? There's a lot of people who seem to think that the answer is to transition from a capitalist society to a socialist society, or better yet, a communist society. What they don't realize is that under these systems of government, you don't even have this freedom. Everyone basically starves together. Guys, this is just the reality of the world, and people need to wake up and realize that nothing lasts forever. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again, that these men that are walking away, the passport kings, these are the dudes with the bread. Society is collapsing as men abandon women and jobs. I want to know what your thoughts are regarding everything we discussed in the comments. So let's talk about them there. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.